Right then, one of the things that is a industry-leading thing in Contact Gorilla is the fact that you can build out surveys or forms actually inside Contact Gorilla. You don't need any other software to do it. You don't need other bits and pieces to actually build these forms out. So if we click down here on the left, surveys. Obviously, there's no surveys in here at the moment. So what we need to do is we need to add a new one. Now, I'll go through this and I'll do a very simple one just to give you an idea of how to use it and why it's really good and why it should be used. So I'll call this test survey, and then we'll add a new survey. Now, surveys are a great thing because you can build this survey form out and add it to your website. You can run I don't know, Facebook ads or something to it and collect information, and it will drop straight into Contact Gorilla because it's all integrated and it will all work seamlessly. So the first thing that we do is we click a new survey item. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a very basic form. We're going to ask for name, email, and telephone number. So we'll click this here. We will click a profile field here. There are various different things. Profile fields, which is name and email and things like that. Titles, short answers, long paragraph answers, numbers, dates, multiple choice questions, range and multiple choice range questions, and checkboxes. But the first thing we're going to do here is a profile field. So we're going to click that button here. We're going to select a profile. So we want the first name of the person. And I'm going to say, please enter your name here. Okay, now I'm going to say that I want this one to be a required question, which means they can't go any further through here, through the form, unless they fill out this question. Okay, and you'll see that it goes red to show you that it's a required question. On the left here, it shows you, as we're building it, the questions as you build them. Okay. And again, it says if it's a required question. Okay, so the next thing we're going to choose is an email address. So we want to have an email. Please enter your email. I'm going to definitely make that required. And then the next item is going to be telephone number. So I'm going to get a mobile. I'm always asked. Well, I always ask for mobile numbers. Please enter your mobile number. Now, the reason I'm asking for a mobile number is so that I can send them text messages. Okay, and I'm going to make that required. Now, obviously, we can ask for all sorts of different questions here. You could ask them a multiple choice question. Let's say a checkbox one. Enter the text for the question here. You could say, what is your credit score, or something like that. Okay. I'm going to make this required. I'm going to add the choice, and we'll say excellent, good, fair, and poor. Okay, now you could, if you wanted to, put 720 plus or 650 to 720. You don't have to write the words in here, but you can do them how you want to. Now, I'm going to make this what's called an attribute. And that's basically a tag, and that allows me to be able to search everybody in my list who's got an excellent credit score. So I'm going to just click this attribute button on the bottom here, and I'm going to say credit score. Ooh. And that will allow me to be able to search. There we go. And so now the attribute has gone green, and that allows me in the future, if I get 1,000 people that have filled out this form, I can search all the people with excellent credit, or if I have a great deal for people with poor credit scores, I can search them all out that way. So let's leave it there then. Obviously, you can go on and ask lots and lots of different questions here. And the next thing you can see that there are stages at the top here. This is the builder stage. We're going to move into the designer stage here, and that way we can make it look a bit prettier. So this is how it looks at the moment. Not very pretty, but we have all these options on the left hand side to be able to make it look however you want to. You can upload an image, so you can put a picture at the top. You can make the page color at the background, whatever kind of color you like. Let's just make it a bit darker just so that you can see. Let's say we're going to show we'll show all four. And then typography, we can pick different fonts. We'll pick Arial. Title color, we'll go for, let's say, that color. And title size, let's say we want to make it a little bit bigger. Text color, let's say we want to go dark. And then the text size. Wonderful. Okay. Header options. Exactly the same again. We can do anything we want with this sort of stuff. So you can change the spacing. You can put a survey title on. Please fill out my form, or whatever it is you want to write. And again, you can put different sizes, different colors. This survey will make you rich, or whatever you want to write on there. I think you get the right idea. And then obviously input fields, we can change that as well. You can change the color of these. For some reason that's a weird red color, but you can change them to whatever you like. We can make the border size huge or tiny. We can make the corners nice and smooth and make them rounded. We can put a bit of a shadow on it if you want to. Let's do that. I don't know. Make the shadow like that look. However you want to make it. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you do it. Submit buttons. Now, the button at the bottom, what we want is, let's just say submit. Okay. We'll put the button on the right. You can see this here. It's coming up at the bottom here. The button size, let's make it relatively large. Background color, you can see, let's make it red. Let's make the text white. Make that text a bit bigger. There we go. Actually, let's make this green, because that green means go, doesn't it? So that's better. There we go. Let's make these capitals. There we go. Okay. Now then, what we can do as well here, this allows us to put a redirect here. So you could put your website address in here, or you could put any sort of address you want in here. Let's just let's find one here. Here we go. Let's use this one. So this is the benchmark website, and as soon as that one, that's not the benchmark one, let's get rid of that. You could put http benchmark.com. Okay, so what that means is when they filled out the form and they click the submit button, it will submit the form, all the details will go into Contact Gorilla, and it will then redirect them to the benchmark site or any site that you put in here, any site that you want. Okay, and then at the bottom, footer options, you could put your MLS number, your license number, your address, anything like that that you want to, maybe your address can go here at the bottom. Okay, and you can make that small, like some sort of policy details or something. It's entirely up to you. Now, let's just save that. You have a preview button here, so you can preview it. You can see what it looks like. You can obviously change the size of these. You can make them, smaller and everything else as well. But let's make it smaller. There you go. So there you go. You can see like that, and you can see they can just choose what you want, fill out the form, and press the submit button. Now, the thank you page is not needed because we're redirecting. The leads, if you click that, it will show you all the leads that have come through this survey. Obviously, none have come through at the moment. And then the settings. Now, this is pretty cool because if you are doing Facebook ads or anything like that, you can put your Facebook pixel in this box here. You can use a Facebook event. So if you're collecting leads, when the button is pressed, when the submit button is pressed, it will fire a lead event and help your Facebook ad campaigns optimize, which some of you may be doing, I don't know. You can also put your Google tracking links in there as well, which is really useful. And also as well, you can submit everything to a Google Sheet. So once you've done everything and you're happy with your survey, you just press save, and you'll see in the surveys tab that you now have a survey. Here it is, it's live. And you can do a couple of things with this survey. The survey will open in its own separate page, as you saw a minute ago on the test preview. It will open on its own, or you can embed it on your website. So to do those things, you just press this button here, and it will give you two codes. So this code here is the code to put it on your website. So now you've built a form, you can put it on your website. Anybody that goes into the website, fills out the form, those details will be automatically added to your Contact Gorilla account, and it will fire off one of your follow-up sequences, whichever one you choose. Or you have a link here that you can use and send people to. So there's a couple of different ways that you can use these. They're very, very useful. They do work, and I would definitely recommend you trying them as and when you